Hello, everyone.
Hi, everyone.
Basically, this is our podcast where we spill the tea every week. Every week's going to be a very interesting topic. And this week's topic is very on trend, I would say. It's basically about manifestation. So, what is manifestation?
Okay, so basically, manifestation, if you want to define it, is using the power of your mind to create your desired reality.
Yeah, I think so. But the thing is, what we have to talk about is, you know how I said it's very on trend. That's the thing that confuses me a little, because is manifestation only a trendy topic that people are using now and whatever, or like is manifestation a real thing that people can actually use like forever and like in the long term? Like that's the issue.
Well, I think the trend part is what has been spread on social media, that it's more about magic and write 10 things and it's going to happen within a couple of days, or say, oh, I'm going to get a car and then you're going to get it within a week, or
Like,
bury something and whatever. I feel like
yeah,
it's more about positive encouragement rather than magic. It's more about reassuring your unconscious mind and seizing opportunities to get whatever goal you want to achieve at some point, and actually doing it instead of just like waiting for a car to come because you
yeah.
wrote it
I
down.
think I think people spread the wrong idea about manifestation online, so people just don't truly understand what it is. Like manifestation is having the idea. That's great, that's lovely. Like put that down, write it down. You want this goal, great, amazing. Okay, how are you going to make it happen? Because there's like it isn't magic. There's no magic in the real world. Like you write down your goal, but then you have to work like towards it. Like okay, you wrote down that goal. You want to start a business, you want to have a successful business in 5 years. Okay, write down the steps, write down the next 5 steps that you're going to take to make that happen. That's how you manifest and train your brain to get to that thing in 5 years. Like it's not about just writing it down and dreaming about it and then lovely one day it's going to just appear out of nowhere. It's about working towards it.
Exactly. I feel like it's about seizing opportunities and, like, as you said, training the brain to find these opportunities. Because I don't feel like, let's use your business example. It's not like, okay, I want to start a brand and khalas, it's just there. No, I feel like you have to put in the work to get your brand to whatever level you want your brand to be. So, in order to get your brand to your desired stage, you're gonna have to put in the work and you're gonna have to find opportunities to be able to do that. Yani, if you keep on thinking negatively and, oh, I'm not gonna be able to do that, you're gonna, yani, when you have the negative mindset, you're obviously setting yourself up for failure because you don't believe that you will be able to achieve that goal. So manifestation is more about, okay, thinking positively, like, yeah, I'm gonna be able to do that, I'm gonna be able to reach whatever goal I want to reach, but
Yeah.
in a more of, I'm thinking positively, I'm reassuring my unconscious mind that it is able to do it, because at the end of the day we all know that your unconscious mind is always working. It's never not detecting anything. Even if the example of the people who are listening to this podcast, if you open the podcast and leave it and go clean your room, your brain is still listening to this. Your unconscious mind is listening to whatever we're saying. So everything you hear, everything you see is engraved within your brain. So if you keep on telling yourself, oh, I'm not going to be able to do this, I'm not going to be able to achieve that, or whatever, or you hear people telling you that, your
Mm-hmm.
unconscious mind will have that within it. So writing things down, it's not wrong to do it. I feel like it's just the process of allowing yourself to understand and reassuring your unconscious mind that it is able to reach that goal. So yani, your brain is clear, so you can detect any opportunities that come.
Yeah, no, 100%. Like writing it down makes it like it helps you, like it helps me. Like I love to write things down on paper, so I actually visualize it. I see it. I'm like, okay, this is part of my plan. I don't forget about it somewhere in my brain, and like the thoughts like get lost and jumbled all together. No, I write it down, so I remember to do it. So I remember to like make it happen. It's not because I wrote it down like it's just gonna woo like magically appear out of nowhere. It's like okay, I wrote it down. Now I need to find time to do it. It's like find the steps that it takes to get there, and just like that's how it works.
Exactly. So I feel like there's a lot of people who are actually skeptical about the process, and
Yeah,
I think this is the reason why is because what has been
definitely.
spread on social media, that it's oh magic, oh right, I wanna get whatever done
I
and
used
it's
to
gonna
be so
happen.
skeptical of it. Like I used to hate like the word manifestation. Like what? Like that doesn't mean anything. That's literally just like, well, like what are you actually talking about? Because I didn't understand what it was. Because because that's what people were telling me. People were telling me it's just, oh, you just think about it and you just like write it down and then you just find it. And I'm just like, how? Like that's not real. Like what is that? Like that doesn't make any sense. That's why like I'm just like, don't talk to me about about manifestation because that doesn't make any sense.
Well, the first time I was introduced to manifestation was on TikTok. And it
This
was these videos, these very common videos that you'd see that, oh, write whatever down and you're gonna get that. Write whatever down. And I remember seeing a video of this woman who was saying, write down whatever I want a car. And then you write it down and then you fold it and put it underwater and bury it and then it's gonna come and
yeah.
no, it's not
Like
a
what is
tree. Cars don't
that?
grow on trees. But writing
Okay.
it down will help me thinking, okay, I want to get a car. Fine, this is what I want. I am able to do it, but I need to like work and I need to earn the money to be able to buy the
I need to
car.
save this amount of money each month. Okay, now this is a reminder to yourself. Save this amount of money each month to get to your goal of getting that car.
Exactly. I feel like um I have an example that I've most of my family and friends know. I wanted to get a certain thing, and I I really
Yeah.
wanted it, and I set my mind to it. I feel like
Mm-hmm.
I did have it written down. I did have a paper, and I was like, okay, I want to get this bag. But it wasn't more of oh, I'm gonna get it, and I put the paper under my pillow and I waited for the thing to
I
come.
started like imagining it in your
Yeah,
closet, and that's it.
no, it's more of okay, I want this. These are the things that I have to do. These are the steps that I have to يعني, do in order to get it. And once I put my mind to the goal, I feel like there were a lot of opportunities around me that I wasn't aware of. I didn't um,
Yeah.
realize, I can actually use these things in order to help me reach my goal. When I was
Mm-hmm.
positively thinking that, okay, I was able to do it, I feel like I did, I got the things that I wanted so bad in a much um, shorter time because I wasn't thinking negatively, no, oh, I'm never gonna get this, I'm never gonna be able to do that, I'm never gonna be able to do
Yeah.
that.
Yeah, that makes sense. That makes so much sense. Like you made a plan and you did what you had to do and it's done. You made it happen. Like that's essentially how you get an idea to reality. Like that's how you manifest essentially.
Exactly. I feel like most of the people who are actually skeptical think about oh because I feel like we're obviously very influenced by social media and the things that we see and the things that I feel like we don't fully understand. And the thing is about I can say something now and I don't
Mm,
fully explain it. I'll just give you the idea of it, oh, write something
yeah.
down. I wouldn't actually explain the point, you're writing it down to reassure your unconscious and blah, 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 blah. Then you would take what I said and interpret it in your own way without actually understanding the depth of the thing that
Yeah.
I'm saying. And then this is how like wrong ideas go around. And I feel like the
Mm.
concept of manifestation has been there a long time in many different cultures, many different religions, many different um, traditions, and all that. I feel like it is manifestation is there in many different cultures and religions, and if you deeply learn about these religions, you would see that many of these concepts actually align um, to what manifestation is. For example, in culture, we have a saying that you can see a lot of people saying is um القدر موكل بالمنطق, or other people say what is it? I'm trying to remember the um we could أقداركم تؤخذ من أفواهكم. Basically, your fate or whatever your life is gonna be, or what your life is gonna eventually be, is taken from what you say. So if you keep on saying, "Oh, I'm not gonna be able to do that. I'm not gonna be able to do that," you're not gonna be able to do it. Think of it in a more logical way. Well, yeah, because you're not thinking in a positive way, so there are blocks that are blocking your ability to see any opportunity that might come towards you. If we were using the example that we said at the beginning of our talk about the starting a brand, if you want to get a brand to be a multi-million industry, enter a multi-million industry,
Yeah.
you're gonna have to obviously have a lot of steps to be able to put this brand upon its feet. So if you keep on saying, oh, I'm not gonna be able to do it, the competition, there's a lot of competition or whatever, you're not gonna be able to see any small opportunity that might help you enter this this field.
Yeah.
So that's why you always have to like think positively, and like when you write things down and, oh, I'm gonna be able to do it, I'm gonna be able to reach this, I'm gonna write it 10 times, write it 5 times, write it 1,000,000 times. It's about just reassuring your brain and your unconscious mind that, oh, I am able to do this. So it doesn't enter this panic state of like, okay, I'm not gonna be able to do it, khalas, I'm not gonna like see any opportunity that might come my way. Or
yeah, because you might like eventually like give up and like not do anything with the idea. You're just gonna have this idea and just sit on it, and then that's it.
exactly,
Like, what's the point?
exactly. It's not about, oh, wallah, because the thing is, we all have a lot of ideas. We can think of many ideas, but we're like,
Literally.
there's too much competition, there's whatever. We always think of obstacles to just like put it in our way so we don't proceed. And then maybe weeks later, months later, years later, someone else decide to actually do whatever idea you had.
Yeah.
And then you're like, oh, I thought of it, but
Yeah, I was
didn't
literally just
happen.
about to say, like, what's the difference between like you and then the other person who actually had the courage to do it? They thought about their idea, wrote it down, and did it. They took action. So it's more about, you have to take action. You have to put your work behind this idea of manifestation, because they took an action, they made it happen. Okay, now you do it. You take your action. You find a way to take yourself to the next level where you want to be.
Yeah, I feel like, so yeah, the concept of like writing things down that are spread all over social media is not wrong. It is right. Yeah, write it down. But
To some degree.
I feel like the drive or the intention behind it is wrong. Write it down and put it under your pillow and sleep on it, and it's gonna happen. Oh, you're gonna wake up tomorrow and you have a tree of cars. No, that's wrong. That's not possible. But when you think of it realistically and like logically, oh, I'm doing this so I can be able to reach it, but I'm doing it to like reassure myself and think of ways to reach whatever I want, do things that to get to my goal and actually put in the work, then yeah, that's completely fine. That's completely logical. It makes complete sense. But writing down to just like sit, no, that's not possible. That's not.
Yeah.
You can't bury a paper down, as I said, and like, oh, wake up and you're gonna get whatever you want. No, that's not gonna happen.
So I think essentially the main takeaway, if anyone takes anything interesting out of this podcast, is just put in the work. Like, that is the biggest thing, like the main thing that you have to like understand and just live your life by. Like, this motto in life is just put in the work.
Exactly. I feel like, yeah, put in the work. don't follow any trend blindly and be like, okay, it didn't work, this is not right. I feel like look into the meaning behind it, look into the what is it, what, take a
Yeah.
minute, take a step back and be like, okay, this is the concept, what's the idea behind it, what am I supposed to do, and is there something wrong with whatever idea I'm seeing, and
Yeah.
what's the way to make it better.
Yeah. Get like a better understanding of what you're just hearing on social media and then think, okay, is this actually realistic or is this just people randomly saying things on the internet?
Exactly. I feel like the thing is, you can't really follow anything that's been given to you blindlessly, because at the end of the day, people do a lot of things to get views. So I can come here and be like, oh, I developed this way of writing whatever, and and then I'll get millions and
Works
millions
for
of
me, it's
views.
gonna work for you. Yeah.
Exactly. Because I could have put in the work, and I didn't tell you there's a lot of things behind the screens that.
You don't know.
Exactly.
Yeah. Social media is just very complicated, not gonna lie.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay. Well, we hope you enjoy we hope you enjoyed this episode and tune in next week for another very interesting topic.